I was 22 and suicidal, 22 years old when I told someone I was driving on the 110, and for a moment I thought about just rearing my car off to the side. And I remember she told me that was only for the weak, that only the weak did that. And in that moment I felt like, how could you say that? Because when you're feeling suicidal, they always tell you, tell someone, talk to someone, and you don't expect them to say that. And I didn't understand what she meant, the message she was trying to convey, but I understand now. And I think the only thing that stopped me from doing that is I thought, what if I live and I'm crippled? Or what if I hurt someone when I rear my car off? And what about my family? The type of grief that I would cause to them. So I didn't do it. And it's been a long time. I'm 32 years old. That happened when I was 22 years old. And a lot of people don't understand that money does not equate to happiness. There are a lot of people who think that they are alone in their struggles. They are alone when it comes to feeling that way or just feeling overwhelmed. You're not alone. A lot of people just do a good job of concealing their pain. Some of the people with the biggest smiles are in the worst pain inside. And I think it took a long time for me to understand that on a surface level, I was doing very good. I had 2 jobs. I was working 2 jobs, and both of them offered me promotions. I had like a decent boyfriend. There wasn't nothing really wrong to most people. But what I realize now is that I had a disconnect from God. I really wasn't walking in my purpose. I wasn't feeling fulfilled. Even though I was making more money then with those 2 jobs and my little side hustles than I am now, I was still feeling empty. And it took me a long time to understand your happiness has to come from within. It can't come from an outside source. So some of the things that I do differently versus then and now, I don't really like to be around Debbie Downers. I'm sorry, I can't do it. And also I have routine. I'm heavy on the routine because a lot of times when you feel depressed or anxious in general, you feel like you don't have control over your life. And having a routine gives you a sense of control. And it may sound silly to some people, but being able to go to the gym on those particular days, eat healthier, because when you eat healthy, it helps with your gut health, and gut health is directly connected to your brain health. People who eat more junk food are susceptible to have more mood swings. Another thing I don't do is I don't drink alcohol anymore, because when I was drinking alcohol, all it did was make me very tired, contributed to the mood swings, contributed to the fatigue, contributed to the brain fog. I still am forgetful these days, but not as forgetful as when I was drinking alcohol. And I'm sure I could attribute some of that to the alcohol heavy drinking for all those years. Also, I don't smoke or do edibles. That was one thing too I had started doing with like one of my exes a while ago, right? Talk about bad influence. I never had smoked or like did edibles until I started dating him, and then I was gone off the deep end. But I don't do that anymore. And also I don't indulge in depressing things. I'm not saying not to watch horror or crime or SUV, but I hope that's not the only thing you're watching, because that stuff is very serious. And you guys ever go to the movie theater after you see a scary movie, you come out and you be jumpy? It's like, why would you want to put yourself in that state if you're already feeling depressed, you're already feeling anxious? Go watch an inspirational movie. Go listen to an inspirational song. Don't listen to anything that's going to have you feeling sorry for yourself or have you thinking about an ex-lover. I listen to ratchet stuff, some ratchet stuff can be uplifting. When I'm at the gym, I'll be listening to stuff. I know a lot of people love to say that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I believe that you can create your own light. Listen, if you need professional help, seek it. If you need a change in your life, then you're going to have to take those daily actions to make it happen so that you can be in control of the direction of your life. I know it's very hard at the beginning, but once you get that fire started, it's going to take a lot to put it out. So no matter what you're going through, just remember that you're not alone. And make sure that you speak to a professional if you are feeling like you're on edge, because sometimes talking to a regular person isn't enough. Sometimes you need to get that, and don't feel ashamed. Don't feel ashamed about getting the help that you need. There are a lot of free hotlines out there. So I'm sending you a lot of love and light. And remember that no matter what happens, you owe it to yourself to at least try to show up each and every day.